Hey guys, this is Lauren from Mama Says. Welcome to my channel where I talk about tips, tricks, and products that help make parenting life a little bit easier. Today, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite Christian books to read to little ones. So I have some young nieces and I have a toddler, and I've tried to make it a habit to read at least one biblical or Christian book to my son each day. And I found that the best time to do this is during snack time. So we do snack around 3:30, and this is a time where he's seated, he's in one place, his little hands are busy eating his snacks, and so he's better able to focus on the story that I'm reading. Snack time has worked really well for us to do this because, as I mentioned before, he's better able to pay attention, but also since we do have snack every single day, it's an easy way to develop this habit where I'm feeding his body but also his soul, because I want to have him start practicing those different habits of grace as he grows up and starts to come up with his own daily plan. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 books, or some of them are actually series of books, that I think have really good theology. They are engaging to little readers, and to me, most importantly, is that they're not only sharing just these individual Bible stories, but they're also pointing to a bigger picture of the gospel and Jesus and what Jesus has done for us. So the first one, I'm sure you've heard of it, it's so wonderful, is the Jesus Storybook Bible. So this goes through just lots and lots of different stories in the Bible. I think the illustrations are beautiful. So just some examples. The illustrations are great, but also in every single story that they do, it's pointing to the bigger picture of the gospel and always leading up to that Jesus is coming to earth to save us from our sins. And I think there's a poem in the beginning that to me just really sums up what this book is about. Oh, I should have already had it all nice and queued up. Here we go. So this is by Josiah Conder from 1836. "'Tis not that I did choose thee, for Lord that could not be. This heart would still refuse thee, hadst thou not chosen me. My heart owns none before thee, for thy rich grace I thirst. This knowing, if I love thee, thou must have loved me first." So I think that sums up kind of what this book is about, how all through it, God is pursuing us, like so much so that he came to earth to die on a cross so that we wouldn't have to be punished for our own sins and we could live with him forever, how it's supposed to be. And it's written just so wonderfully and so describes things so well. And I would say this is more geared towards younger or elementary school children, not necessarily perfect for a toddler, but I still do read it to him because, like I said, it's just such beautiful stories and told so well. And even to me, it's even a blessing to me as I read it, because it really lays things out and, like I said, continually points to Christ. All right, so that's the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd Jones. The next series I want to talk about is, I have 3 of their books. We actually have a 4th one coming in the mail this week. So these are called Tales That Tell the Truth. These ones have really fun. They remind me a little bit of Jesus Storybook Bible, but I would say maybe even a little more fun. So they have like the story, but then also there's some text in the pictures. Just the design is really fun. And again, each book will tell a specific story. So we have the 1 o'clock miracle, the Christmas promise, and the storm that stopped. And the one that we're getting is called the garden, the curtain, and the cross. That's the one that's coming soon. So again, each of the little stories are one story from the Bible, but just like this Jesus Storybook Bible, it does a great job of ultimately pointing you to Christ. And then it has just different things that are, just great truths for little ones to hear and learn about, but also told in a really fun way. So these are, the series of books is Tales That Tell the Truth, and it's by Allison Mitchell. All right, and the 3rd series I want to talk about, these are Read Aloud Bible Stories, and I believe we have 4 volumes. I think that's the total is 4 volumes. And these are just perfect for toddler age. The other ones I talked about are so great. They always point to Christ. They're stories that are told in really fun ways, and I do think little ones can understand, but this is definitely geared towards, 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds. So these stories are told really simply so that children can understand. So for example, when they talk about money, they call it pennies. When they talk about just a lot of people gathered, they say mommies and daddies and grandpas and friends. So they really try to frame everything in terms that little children will understand. The pictures are really simple. The words and the phrases are really simple. And it just goes through lots of different stories in the Bible. And at the very end of each little story, they'll have a section called What Did You Learn? To kind of highlight and try to capture what the listener should have heard about, and it gives parents an opportunity to talk more in depth about what was going on. So this story was, this was a story of this when Jesus was in a boat with his disciples. There's a big storm, and the disciples woke Jesus up to say, hey, we're really scared, what should we do? And Jesus, spoke, and the winds and the waves obeyed him. And so the questions at the end, what did you learn? So Jesus took care of his friends. Jesus is God. He can take care of you too. So it really makes it very simple for little ones to understand. All right, those are the 3 Christian biblical books that I found have been such wonderful resources as I teach my son about God. So if you have any, again, the links to these books are in the description below. I would love to hear some of your suggestions or books that you have found have been a big part of your life with your children that you and your children both enjoy reading. All right, till next time, have a great day.